that FP1 qualifying is actually going to take place, or at least, show itself in the real qualifying, which is Q3. We don't want to see them go out early. So, how's everybody doing? And big shout out to everybody for the breast cancer awareness month. That's what we got going on, breast cancer awareness. So big shout out to everybody for that. Everybody who knows somebody or who has had somebody that has struggled or fought or battled or fallen to breast cancer. Big shout out to everybody for that. So that is what we got going on. Hoping, can everybody here see me? You should be watching live with we. So we should be getting into this right now. And it's French toast weekend, so we're hoping to get some French toast, trying to get that thing on and popping. I'm gonna be mad as hell if everything I've done to try to update. This is where like the whole thing with updating comes in. Like, can everybody see me, hear me? Looks like we got who we got out here on track right now. We got a Mercedes pulled out. I think it might be Lewis Hamilton is out there on track right now, so that's what we got going on. Russell, try to see where they might land up. Is Hamilton's FP1 situation or FP1 finish going to birth itself in qualifying in Q3? It seems like they had some issues hitting those walls. I think it was some time ago. I want to say Max was on a super hot lap, hit the wall and lost that. And then we got wet, right? We got wet situations. So that's something else we got to worry about. So, like I was saying, big shout out to everybody for Breast Cancer Month. If you know somebody, have somebody, if you are somebody that is indeed battling breast cancer or any type of cancer, sending a special shout out to you all for that. I know for myself, my grandmother is a survivor of breast cancer. And I also have this right here on the shirt, the purple ribbon and the pink ribbon for domestic awareness, because my grandmother is a survivor of breast cancer, but my sister was murdered due to the unfortunate and very horrible situation of domestic violence. So I'm very big on not hitting women, not doing things like that. Domestic situations and families or relationships, I'm really big on that not being the case. And like I say, I support those who are fighting, falling, or in the battle right now with cancer of any sort. So big shout out to that. Hopefully they have my shirts here soon, because I was supposed to have one of the other newer versions of the Wolfpack shirt in pink on to represent that too. So let's see what's gonna go on. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's get this thing popping. Let's see if this board is up and ready by Formula One. I'm finna go ahead and refresh this thing so we can get keeping up with some times to see where these things are gonna go, who's gonna make it into Q2, who's not gonna make it into Q2, all of that good stuff, and we are up and running. So let's bring this board up so we can get this thing nice and popping. See who's up there. So there we go. As requested as before, we're going to go ahead and pay attention to the board as it is. I believe it's set up for us to pay attention to laps. Now, if y'all want to see the segments versus the lap, we can look at segments or we can look at sectors. I think, how about we look at sectors? Y'all want to look at sectors, segments, or laps? I'll tell you what, I will poll it for you. That is what we will do. We will poll that and we will see what you want to look at and how you want to look at it, okay? So let me see. Y'all want to look at laps, segments, sectors. How y'all want to do it? How y'all want to do it? Let's poll it. Let's poll it. Let's see. All right, and I missed y'all. Missed y'all for these race days. These race days, I missed y'all for that. So hopefully this is a good race. Hopefully we don't have any shenanigans happening. But I'm gonna poll that right now. Russell, Hamilton, Norris right now on their laps. We're gonna see how that's gonna go. What's going on, Mary? What's going on, Sean? What's going on? I Open Matrix. What's up, Reezy? What's up? What's up, everybody? I'm gonna post the pictures of everybody who got their Galacticus. What's going on, Chris? What's up, Grandmaster X? I'm gonna post a collage of everybody who got their bottles. We'll be doing that. We'll go and show the new bottle for this podium. Right now, Russell's in first. So that's something right there. We got Russell sitting up there first. Hamilton's up there. Russell second. Sonoto, Gasly, Ricardo, Norris, Sainz. So we're gonna be looking for Ferrari to pop to the top. We're gonna be looking for Red Bull to pop to the top. We know they're not gonna stay absent right now. They sitting down there, but definitely the Ferrari boys were looking to pop to the top. Damn, looks like Lando had a little issue right there. Yeah, he was real slow through that, so I don't know what's going on with him right there. Um, damn, there's a lot of cars on track right now. There are a lot of cars on track right now. I'm hoping that we don't end up running into a lot of traffic. People being the one thing I'm gonna tell you, something that I do love about Singapore is this: the nighttime and the fact that when these cars lay these sparks down, it really lights it up. To me, it's just one of those attributes I like. Maybe it's because I like fireworks too. I don't know. It could be the case because I like fireworks and everything else goes on. Stewart's called Lewis in for wearing his nose ring. Yeah, what they need to focus on is calling damn Red Bull and Aston Martin in about all this extra money that you may have or may have not spent. We've already been here with the jury situation. And if they can show me a situation in Formula One where jury has caused an accident, a death, an incident, a car malfunction, then let's talk about that. But as it sits, I don't know a situation where jewelry has caused that. Now, yes, let's say like Grosjean's situation, he might even had his band on. You get in a situation, you're in fire or something electric, yeah, that ring could pose more damage to yourself on your body, on your persons. But I haven't seen or heard any evidence of jewelry causing malfunctions in actually Formula One on track or causing a hazard to other drivers. So I think they need to let that shit go. I think it's time to let that go. Get off of that. That's very low hanging fruit, if anything. But hey, there's certain evidently there's rules they really want to enforce and other ones they don't. So you all want to do sectors. All right, cool. I think I already got it set for sectors. So we will keep the sectors up on the board. And we got a yellow flag situation, as you all see. We'll keep those sectors up there. So yeah, we got a yellow flag situation going on right now. And we'll find out what it is in regards to why do we have with a yellow flag went away, so we don't have that anymore. Charles right now at the top, Russell second, Hamilton third, Stroll. Now we are waiting for Red Bull to show and peek its head out, especially Max. I want to know what's going. We'll talk about that situation a little bit. We could talk a little bit about you know the things that may be going on which I would like to question that may possibly happen tomorrow. So we'll table that for right now. But like I say, that was short. This water, I don't know what the race is gonna look like tomorrow, but definitely damp right now. Uh I'm not opposed to having a wet track for tomorrow's race. I'm not opposed to that. Now rain, I don't know if I want to see an all-out slaughter of rain. I'm not sure if that's something I want to see. But as far as a wet track, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad if that's something that takes place. I think I can deal with that. I think you can deal with that. Latifi, I'm telling you, Latifi, he stayed doing these things. Latifi stayed doing this stuff. It's nothing that we don't know. Like, this is why I'm not opposed to the fact that at the end of this season, Latifi is out of Williams. And I don't think he's going to find himself in another Formula One team. Honestly, I just don't. Replay shows that Haas, looks like, is that Kevin? Ooh, Kevin. That was pretty nice, though. He kind of saved that. I like the way he swung that thing around. Kevin Magnussen off track for the yellow. Then, there we go again. The Ferrari coming off track in that same section as Charles. And I want to say they had issues yesterday and practice with that same area. So you might be looking for that to be a doozy during tomorrow's race. Could possibly cause yellows, could possibly cause a red flag. So we'll see we know that they don't like pulling out the red flag. So definitely could be pull out safety car situation. So we'll see how that works. But it seems like some of these drivers have had issues in that area. Right now, we are going to be approaching that drop-off zone. I want to see who is not going to be making it. And right now, we don't have anything really relevant for Alfa Romeo. They're just sitting at the bottom like catfish, definitely not doing anything. Schumacher, the Haas boys are sitting at the bottom. But as you see right there, there's a little gap between Verstappen and Perez at the moment. Williams is sitting together right there with Albon and Latifi, and Verstappen just goes ahead and says, "Yeah, there's a gap," and he's on top of that gap. Verstappen nails it in there. He's coming up with first. He's not on pole right now, but he's definitely at the top of this Q1 sector. He's definitely gonna make it through there. I'm wondering who's not going to make it right there. Right now, we at risk. We have the Haas and Alfa Romeo as a team. Looks like they might not even make it into Q2. That's what we're looking at right now. Haas and Alfa Romeo may be in the garage and in the motorhomes right going into Q2. They'll call it an early night and say, you know what, we'll chill and wait for race Sunday because they don't look like they're doing too much of jack squat right now. That's what it's looking like. Oh yeah, Max up there. He jumped it up there. I mean, but that's not nothing that we not that we don't expect. Wet tracks showcase the cream of the crop driver skills. Akondu, you got a very good point. Wet tracks do show who have the additional tools to still put those cars and their pace in position. And you're right about that. Like that shows drivers who can overcome adversity. Same thing as we're gonna end up coming. I don't know what that was going on right there. Gasly looks like he passed a Mercedes, but same thing we'll end up having when the MGUH goes out. Right, they're gonna have to learn how to drive a different car, a car with different characteristics, and that's gonna show who has adaptability. And there's something to be said. We'll go into this later on during the break between Q1 and Q2 about the situation that may lie with Red Bull. And I'm not even talking about the cost cap. I'm talking about something else. So we'll bring that up as well as it goes into that. And it looks like if this is any indication of what we can see tomorrow, yellow flags without a full-on race coming out this abundantly and repeatedly during qualifying in Q1, I may add, if the track conditions are the same, we can definitely expect yellow flags and safety cars in tomorrow's GP. I can tell you that. So that's something we might be in a race with several cars out of the race coming into that. So we'll see how that goes. I think slick tires for Q3. Yeah, if this water, if we don't get any more rain or get any more drizzle, yeah, definitely I think we could end up seeing slicks like that for maybe even Q2, honestly. Just depends. But I definitely think you're right about that. Slicks for sure Q3 if everything keeps going like it's going. Definitely. Yeah, Bottas and them are not doing anything. We got Ricardo right now sinking on down to the bottom, not doing a damn thing. But Ricardo's going to be on his way somewhere else. So right now, looks like I got Albon, Latifi. Looks like Williams is not even on track right now. They're in the garage or something like that. And I don't even know if they need to keep on coming out on track. It looks like Latifi's making his way out on track. Albon is still in the garage, not on track. Leclerc, number one, right there. Charles, number one. I'm telling you, I'm putting a poll in the chat. I want to know what you all think about this. I want to ask it because Ferrari doesn't seem like they're going to show up. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Will Ferrari show up this GP? Like before the end of the season, will we see a body of work from Ferrari that at least will show us that they're, whew, damn, he almost smacked the hell out of that wall. That Ferrari will show us that they are actually understanding their mistakes. They've taken a good look in the mirror and they've said, we got to fix this shit before the end of the season. We don't want to end like this, and we definitely don't want to come into 2023 like this. Do you think Ferrari can show us before the end of the season that everybody's in this runoff area? Here we go again. Here goes Hamilton. Let's see what happened. And we saw him drifting. And Hamilton is great at that. He is great at the power slide, almost mitigating himself into a drift. He is pretty damn good at that. Like I do enjoy seeing him do that. He's one of the best drivers that is good at saving a car that is out of control and keeping it in control. We saw him do it yesterday. We just seen him do it just now. He's pretty damn good at it, I must say. So let's see who's not going to make it. We got like 4 minutes popping in here. Let's see. So right now we got the Haas boys look like they not going to make it. Ricardo, if he doesn't do something soon, he's not going to make it. And the Williams team as a whole doesn't look like they're going to make it if that's the way things are going to go. All right, so we're looking at Williams and Haas being out all together and Ricardo also being out. Maybe he's got an early interview to go to for another team, and he's just like saying, hey, you know what? I don't need to be out here to qualify. I got an interview to make for a new driver position, so I'm going to park this car soon and get out. Maybe that's something that Ricardo is thinking about doing. Meanwhile, he pops up to 12 to join Lando Norris to have a little small conversation in the mid of the grid. And right now we got Charles, Verstappen, Perez, and Sainz. So we got a Red Bull, Ferrari, cream cake up top. Hamilton in fifth, Russell down to seventh. Stroll is in. I don't think Stroll's going to stand there. He's coming out, but he's in sixth. I don't think he's going to end up staying there, but he definitely probably is going to make it into Q2. But yeah, we're very close to seeing who ain't gonna make it into Q2, and it looks like the Haas boys are definite. They ain't shooing in. That is what it looks like we got right here. They're not shooing in. I don't. I definitely don't think they're going to slicks in Q2. So Q3, I think Galacticus. You call Q3. I think you're pretty much yes. Lewis Hamilton, King in the wets, Drift King. Facts. I do agree with that. I completely agree with that. All the way. Sean, I think Ferrari will do good today, but I hope Mercedes takes it to him. Yeah, we'll see what happens. The track is drying, but it ain't nowhere near dry yet that I'm saying you should go on slicks. They could pull a Russell. You know, we saw Russell try that one time. It didn't work out so well. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, I got it on deck just in case. Duchess, just in case I get the hungry bug, which I'm already starting to get. You know, by this time I've already been up damn 6 hours. I've already been up 6 hours up at 3:45, 4 a.m. Papa Tall, trying to get things ready, get things situated. I got some other things gonna have to get done. Gonna get to go sight my Saint in. So I'm really looking forward to that since that thing's been outfitted and it's ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to doing that today as well. And as well as getting ready for race Sunday. I'm ready for French toast. I'm literally craving French toast right now as we speak. There we go. And here we go. There are your teams that are definitely looking like they ain't gonna be making a damn thing. Gasly, Vettel. Damn, Vettel. I just want to see Vettel do more and better than this on his way out. Like he's retiring after this season. I want to see Vettel give us some highlights before he goes out of here. Not that Vettel hasn't given us many highlights. 4-time champion, back-to-back, youngest world driving champion. I would just like to see him do better than what's going on right now. But I think this is also an indictment on Aston Martin just really underperforming this season, not giving their drivers what they need. And Vettel looks like he's in full retirement mode. Did you see how he looks like he's groovy with the shit? So we got Gasly, Vettel, Latifi, Tsunoda. We got the Williams team. Looks like Haas decided that they do not want to be out of Q1. They want to go and jump up and do something. They want to continue on to Q2 at least. And right now, Williams is not doing that. I'm wondering if Albon might be having some complications to lead him. Oh, Albon jumps up, but not far enough to get him out of trouble. All right, Latifi scoots down. Albon jumps up, but he didn't jump up far enough to get him out of trouble. He's still in the drop-off zone. He would have needed to overcome Ricardo in order to get out of trouble, and it hasn't happened yet. And I think I don't think he's going to be able to get another lap in as he whips that tail around there. So I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Can Albon get out of trouble? That's what we'd like to know. And Ocon slides down. He's in it. Ricardo's now back in it. Albon's in it. Vettel's in it. Latifi's for sure in it. A few more seconds in here, I think, and that's about all we're going to have. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, no, Williams still in it. Schumacher joins it. Ocon's in it. Ocon, you said you the best thing popping since Lewis Hamilton being a teammate with Alonso, and you not going to make it out of Q1? Bro was talking real reckless. Ocon was talking. I like Ocon too, but he was talking real reckless. Maybe it was just one of those things where Ocon was saying things to motivate himself to positively reinforce what he wanted to do, because that statement he made was a very tall statement, seeing as Alonso has had a few teammates that are also world champions and Ocon is not, right? One of those teammates being 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, Ocon is not. So that was, bro don't even make it out of Q1 look like. And he sits there with Albon, Latifi, Schumacher, and Ricardo. Like I said, Ricardo got a damn interview to go to anyway. But yeah, Ocon, that was a bold statement, bro. I don't know if you should have made that statement. I think you might have should have kept that shit to yourself. Big shout out to Sylvia Kelly. The GOAT is on fire today. I'm telling you, Hamilton laying it up. I told my forecast was Singapore, but I'm going to put it up in the chat. 56% of y'all said yes. Okay, that's a bet. Big shout out Sylvia Kelly. Thank you very much, fam. Lovely. I hope you are enjoying that tier 2 VIP package. All right, here we go. And we getting ready to embark into Q2 soon. They're gonna go in, pull things up, make some adjustments there, here and there. And Ocon might, you know what I'm saying? Ocon just definitely, regardless of what's going on with him, he definitely shouldn't have said that shit. He's done. Now, I have said and advocated the fact that Ocon to me had done better than Alonso this season, finishing higher up. He's done that. I'm definitely not saying Ocon is trash, but making that statement is a big statement to be made. And meanwhile, looking at those that have driven against or with Alonso. So Bottas is not making it out there. Ricardo's not. Ocon's not. Albon and Latifi all in the motorhome. Q2 is 5 drivers shy. We are getting a little closer to see if they're going to push these ships to the middle and push it to the limit. Mm-mm-mm. So let me see. I'm about to ask y'all poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. All right. So I'm only typing one hand. So we're going to say Singapore. Who's next? Japan. The other one, I think people, South, yeah, I think that was another one that people were estimating, and then the last one would be Tias. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. When do you think Lewis Hamilton would get his win? I said Singapore, which is right now. My second was Coda. And a lot of people feel like Brazil could be it, but I'm thinking Singapore is going to be it. That's what I've been on record for saying. And as of right now, we got some good indications, but nothing definite. I can understand that, Galactus. This Bottas definitely did not do what I had hoped for him and what I thought he could do. But then also they running into the Ferrari situation. Ferrari reliability hasn't been great across not only their cars but their customer cars. I'm a little bit disappointed with Vettel, but I can't be really disappointed with Vettel more so than I am with Aston Martin just not being there. Like they're not on the level. And it's a damn shame that they're also included in the speculation of breaking the cost cap. I don't know for what, besides making a Green Bull that evidently is not performing like a Red Bull. So whatever you spent money on was a damn waste. I'm thinking Singapore could be it. I really do. So right out of Q1, Verstappen, Hamilton, Charles, Perez, Carlos, Russell. That's where I'm looking. K-Mag, he'll do his thing. He's a good journeyman. He's been keeping Haas afloat. Mick Schumacher hasn't really shown up, but it's not to say that he can't. I know some of us, even myself, feel like I want to see him get a shot with a better team just to see. But, I think if he gets that shot and he doesn't pan out well, you'll definitely see him back in the Haas or Williams or out of Formula One altogether. I think Latifi, when he gets up out of Williams, I don't think another Formula One team is going to pick him up. Now, I know his dad has ownership or investments with McLaren, and maybe that might open up a door for him to become a reserve driver at McLaren. But outside of that, I don't see another team offering Latifi a seat to be competitive on the grid. If that happens, there's a problem. It's good to see Joe up there at 10. I think he's a solid driver. Gasly supposedly supposed to be going to Alpine. Piastri will be at McLaren, so we're gonna see how all this shit shakes up next season. But how do you all feel about this? Do you think now supposedly Verstappen will need Charles to finish the race eighth or lower, and Perez to finish the race lower than fourth. Do you think Red Bull will give team orders for Perez to fall back in order for Max to claim the championship early in this race? But first, they will need, I think it's going to be based if where Charles is. So if Charles and Ferrari do the Ferrari thing, which is DNF or fuck up strategies, I do think Red Bull will call in the team order for Perez to fall back for Max to claim the championship ahead of time. I do. I just do. What do y'all think? We almost back into Q2. They're getting lined up. Once again, big shout out. Got my pink on for October, breast cancer month. Big shout out to anybody who's battling, survived, or fallen to breast cancer. Big shout out to you and the family. Max is heading out the garage. Let's see what Q2 got for us. Let's see what y'all said on this chat, though, this poll. 73% says Singapore, 4% say Japan, 21% say Brazil, 2% say Texas. I think I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. So then I'm going to ask you all this in the chat. All right, here we go. Gotta ask y'all this shit because I think it's possible. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. All right, here we go. We back in action. We back in action. Y'all do know that that's not gonna last long. K Mag is only gonna be at that number one spot momentarily. It's not gonna last long. So anybody who's a K Mag fan, enjoy that for the time being. Joe and two, which definitely didn't last long. Alonso jumps up there to two. Gasly, Schumacher, all of that's about to change. There goes the Ferrari boys. Ferrari boy Sainz just jumped up there. Charles has a message back to the garage. He's moving kind of slow, so let's see what happens. Hopefully Ferrari may, there's no hopefully, right? Ferrari just keeps doing Ferrari F things, the other F word, not Ferrari, the other F word. They just keep fouling stuff up. And it's very, it's I don't know if to call it disrespectful or degrading or disappointing. It's just something. It's like Ferrari got to be better than this. They got to be better than this. And they're not right now. And they're not. Hamilton up to number one right there. Ham laying it down up to number one and not even in all purple sectors. There he goes. So we got Hamilton, Charles, Carlos, and Russell. Verstappen, you can't count him out. You can't count him out. There he goes. Hops back up to number one with the gold shoe dance. Hamilton number two, Charles three, Perez four. Looks like we're about to have another Red Bull Ferrari sandwich up there. We'll see if Hamilton can hang around there. Russell at number six. And right now at the bottom feeders, we got Vettel, Stroll, Schumacher, Norris, and Zhou. We'll see if that's going to stay the same. They got a lot of time to improve. So, we're not going to indict anybody just yet of falling off the cliff, but they have a lot of time to improve. But, of course, things are going to get a little bit more pressure up here as these drivers keep progressing into Q3. That's where all the chips will be pressed to the center of the table, and we'll see what the grid is going to look like tomorrow, bar nobody gets penalties, starts from the garage, starts from the back of the grid, la, 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 la. Also, Alfa Romeo, donating to the FIA 10,000 euro for not returning the tires. So that's something else that's been going on. So I think that could have been avoided, but evidently they said, hey, we got the money. We don't give a damn. We'll flaunt it. Right now, what are they? Let's see. What are they? We'll see what they're running. Everybody's on inners. So everybody's on inners. So evidently nobody thinking it's okay right now to run slicks. And I'm starting to question if we'll even see slicks. Now I got you, Galacticus. You called Q3 for slicks. If it does happen, giving you all homage for calling that, forecasting that tire strategy. Galactica says by Q3, teams running slicks. The car looks good, though. Just looking at these cars come down the straight looks good, which is another question. What's up with the raising the range of vertical acceleration for Singapore versus raising the cars? What did y'all think about that? What do you think about that? That's what I would like to know. Charles claiming number one, Verstappen pushing Verstappen to two, Perez three, Hamilton four. Norris jumps up to the top five party. Russell slides on down to 11th. 7-11 is still a good number. So 7 or 11, you can still probably walk home with some money, right? I never really played craps or dice, but I seen it played a lot, and I seen a lot of shit go down because of playing it, so I've never really been interested in it. But hey, 7-11, if you don't like playing dice, you can always get a good Slurpee from 7-Eleven. Just keep that in mind. If you're ever in America and you see a 7-Eleven, just go in there and get you a Slurpee. Just one of the things you got to do. Go to a good burger spot. Definitely get you some barbecue. These are all good things that you should do if you come to the U.S. Just like if I ever go to the U.K., there are certain things I will depend upon you all for as far as where should I go eat and try certain things. Mindful, I can't eat everything depending with my condition, but some things I can try to enjoy, like honey buns and French toast. I want to do crepes over there. I've done crepes over here, and I'm pretty sure crepes over there are far more exquisite. So that'd be definitely be something that I would be looking for to do if I ever go to UK is crepes. Just a little food talk right there for you. Let's see what we got. Charles, Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Hamilton. Hamilton is inside of the pits. Definitely probably go and make some adjustments. Let's see what they come out with. I don't know if this is going to change the setup too much. The track does look to be drying up a bit more in sectors. So that is really good to see. How much more it dries up in other spots where we've seen some of those puddles, I don't know. But is it a risk that teams should think about taking with puddles starting to kind of eliminate and be in smaller spots? Maybe they will go to slicks in Q3. Charles' helmet, that gold is pretty popping. I like that gold lid he's got. That's a pretty popping lid. Charles is going to get for another one. So let's see what we got. The track is drying up. Like I said, the track is drying up. There are still some wet spots in some critical areas where we've already seen cars come off a track, and we just saw Russell do it again. So you're going to have to be very careful coming through that area with slicks because that area has not dried up like other areas of the track at all. So that's going to be one area they're definitely going to have to be very cautious about because you could wreck your entire lap right there. And we've already seen cars on inners coming off track. So we already know what you can expect with slicks. They're going to come off. Like Haas is coming off. Ferrari's come off. Even Max has had trouble there. Hamilton, Russell. It's been an ongoing thing for everybody. So that's going to be an area they need to be very precautious on approach if they want to try to run for slicks and try to make up for that time in the other drier sectors of the track. So right now we are running down on time. Soon we are going to see that cutoff area pop up. We're going to see that red area pop up that's going to let us know who ain't going to make it, who is going to make it, who are the top 10 going to be that will be at least in that packing order. But more so than that, we want to know 1 through 3, who's that going to be. Hamilton has shown the ability to surprise us with a good position. Maybe not pole position, but a good position. I think Hamilton can land himself in the top 4, given what he's shown us. I'm hoping that he can. I think he can edge out Sainz or Perez for one of those spots, all right? So we'll see how that goes. So Charles is in, Max Perez still out on track, Sainz is in, Hamilton still out on track, Lando, Russell is down to 14th. Russell right now is at risk of not making it into Q3 if he stays down there with Sonoto and Joe and K-Mag having a conversation with Mick Schumacher. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad company personally. I'm just saying that you don't want to not make it into Q3. I think Russell's better than that. I don't know what the hell could be going on, but we will see what happens when the red curtain falls. Will he be underneath that? Will he be behind that red curtain? That's what we will see. Another set of enters going on Charles's car, looks like. I think that was him in there. If that not, that was Carlos. Who was in there? Yeah, looks like that might have been Charles. Right now, in risk of not making it, you see it, the Haas boys, Joe, Russell, and Sonoto, who just recently signed an extension for 2023. And I don't know. I'm not hating on Sonoto. Sonoto's he's been there. He's been there. Is there looks like Vettel coming in for the sauce. Vettel coming in for the sauce. I mean, he ain't got nothing to lose, right? Vettel's like, shit, I'm retiring anyway. Put them soft tires on. If I go out, I'm going out on my shield. I'm going out on the rubber. Yep. Vettel on softs, Stroll on softs. So Aston Martin said they're going to try it. Other teams are going to be looking at the pace of the Aston Martins to decide if it's something that they themselves want to try. So congrats to Aston Martin for being the guinea pigs or taking the gamble that could pay off only in Q2, because I don't see you paying off in Q3, right? Unless, because if you do so great, other teams are going to switch to softs, and they're definitely going to outperform you just as they have been the remainder, the extent of this season. So it's only going to last for Q2. Might keep you out of Q2, go to Q3, which means, hey, you're going to get to be finishing one of those top 10 positions. But that's as far as it goes, right? That's as far as it goes. And if you go out in Q2, then people definitely are going to be like, yeah, we ain't trying the softs. Looks like Hamilton lays a fucking best sector 2. I don't know. Hamilton up to 2, man. I'm telling you, Singapore might be the one. Singapore might be that one. Don't hold me on it, but I'm just saying. Let's see what y'all said. Team orders, yes. 84% said yes. If Charles does Ferrari things with Ferrari, that Red Bull will give team orders for Perez to fall back, which will claim Max the champion earlier in the season. So I agree with that. I think so too. I do. I just think that's probably going to happen. So what tires? I'm going to ask you a strategy question. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Here you go. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. What tires would you do going into Q3? Ints, softs, mids. Let me know what you would do. What would you do? Oh, there goes. He's off track right there. I said it. There he goes. He's off track. Definitely I'm telling you, those damp parts are critical. It's not going to work well. So right there, we are looking at Vettel, Schumacher, Magnussen, Zhou, and Sonoto. Stroll just barely and with Gasly making it out of the cutoff area. But it's not to say that Stroll won't fall there. We have Zhou on softs, Vettel on softs, which 2 of 3 of the drivers on soft tires are in the drop-off zone. Stroll being the only one right now that is not. And if he lands in the drop-off zone, that might be an indication to teams to say, don't do it. Don't try the shit. Let it go. Russell jumps up to 7, Hamilton 2, Charles 1, Verstappen 3, Perez 4. Now, we all know you still cannot count Max out, especially going into Q3 to lay down a hot-ass lap. Do not count him out. He's good for popping up to the top as soon as you see it, all right? So let's see what happens. Let's see where these goes. These are where the areas I was talking about with the Aston. We're going to these slick tires. You come through these damp areas, they have a considerable amount of water in them. They're going to knock your traction off going out of that corner. You're going to have to baby the car. And before you baby it and get back on grip, you're right back into another damp section, although not as damp as the first. it's going to knock you back. So I just don't think that the slicks might make it into Q3 if it might be the best choice. I think teams might be seeing that right now and saying, you know what? Maybe not, which is probably the reason why we haven't seen the other teams call in, the top teams at least call in their drivers to change out these tires to even give it a shot. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I think everybody might stay on inners for the remainder of the qualifying. But like I said, Galacticus, I ain't forgot about you. If they go to slicks Q3 and we see these times popping up, all shout outs to you for calling that strategy. Joe says I have no grip, and Joe is on softs. Joe reports he has no grip. So soft tires right now not panning out, and there we go, 3 for 3. All drivers right now that have soft tires are in the cutoff. They're in the drop-off zone. We are 3 for 3 soft tires in the drop-off zone. So that right there tells us it's not the best decision at this point in time. Now, what could happen toward the tail end of Q3? We don't know. Maybe toward the tail end, a team might get brazy. They might get brazy, get big ball brazy and say, yo, we're going to go for it. Right now, not the best idea. And right there, we got 2 of the 3 drivers on soft tires directly at the bottom of the cutoff area. And there's the checker flag. They are done. Everybody that went softs did not make it into Q3. Alonso did not make it into Q3. Schumacher did not make it into Q3. The only 2 on inners. But as far as Stroll, Vettel, the entire Aston Martin team, and Zhou, who was on softs, did not make it into Q3. So I do not believe the soft tires are going to be the thing to be. I think they're going to leave them in the warmers. I don't think they're going to end up bringing those things out. So they're going to stay right there with those tires. I think inners are going to be the tires that come out. It would be surprising to me if we see a team come out on slicks, but I guess if you want to try it, it would be at the top of Q3 to see what you got. But me, I'm going to wait until I see more dry spots in these areas where we've clearly seen the wet spots and these drivers have the issue coming in and out of there with slicks. I'm not really going to gamble that. I'm not going to even risk that. I'm cool on that. I'm Gucci with that. Yeah, they not liking what they're seeing. I'm telling you right now, they're not liking it. Damn. Look at that shit. Russell does not make it. Russell is out of there. Russell out of there. Still 3 for 3 on the softs out, but Russell joins the drop-off crew. He does not make it into Q3. Russell is not in Q3. He's done. So right there at the top, we got Charles, Hamilton, Verstappen, and Perez. Yo, this is game time. Now is game time. Game time has approached. Q3 is up on us. Hey. Hamilton looking good up there right now. All I said, if he can make the top 4, he got a shot on this track. Singapore is a good track for him. These wet conditions even lend better in his decision because we've seen him have the ability to drive in wet conditions as other drivers can. But I think Hamilton has shown us that he by far has a superior ability to drive in wet conditions. And if these conditions right here are ideal, right? We don't want a full-on rainstorm. But these damp conditions, that W13 with Hamilton behind at the helm could lend for a race win surely, in my opinion. I'm 75% sure in these conditions, under race situations, that Hamilton could get his first race win in Singapore if conditions were to remain the same. So that's where I feel. That's where I am on it. That's where I am on it. Yeah, and it's funny that Russell being out is nothing to me. It's like, okay, cool. But for all those people that have been throwing stones like, oh, Russell, sonning, schooling Hamilton, schooling this, really, you're a hater. You're a sucker and you're a hater. But I want you to be just as loud now as you were then. The fact that Russell didn't make it into Q3. You should be yelling to the high heavens that, oh, Russell, not as good as Hamilton. Russell, because that's the type of energy you've been on. Meanwhile, I've been on the energy that Russell is the future Mercedes. They're a team. Let's just hope they do well together and can succeed on their own goals. Y'all haters just want to see Hamilton at the bottom. He's never going to be at the bottom. He's 7-time world champion. He's never going to be at the bottom. All right, he may go out and not have the best season that he's ever had. Like right now, he doesn't have a race win. And that's uncommon for him up to this point. But still, look at how many seasons he's went with a race win every time. So, small things to a giant ants get crushed. And so do you haters. So let's see what we got. So what my question was, we can check this bottle out. Let's check this bottle out real quick. Let me let you check this out. Make myself big. So here's our new podium bottle. Our new podium bottle right there. You open it up. Boom. There it is. Look at that thing right there. That's what we sipping on for the podium, whether it's Russell or Hamilton that makes podium. This is the bottle that we will pop on Sunday if Mercedes gets a podium, all right? The members voted on it, and that's what we got. I like gold. If you don't know that movie, Austin Powers, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm telling you, shame on you if you have never watched Austin Powers. And shame on you if you have never watched Talladega Nights. Shame. It's a shame. I rebuke you if you haven't. Oh, yeah. Now remember, the haters don't deal in facts, only hate. Yeah, you ain't lying about that shit. That's a fact. That is a fact. All right, so let me see. 47% said inners. 44% said softs. 46% actually goes down to inners. 9% said mediums. So, some of y'all are in between, right? 47, 44 between inners and softs. Pretty much what we saw out there on the track. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Let's ask another question. I'm wondering if they're going to go out on slicks. I don't know. Let's see. 1 to 3 or 2 to 4. I think that's good. All right. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. All right. Here we go. They're talking about going to soft tires. We're going to see what the hell happens. Mama, I'm going fast. That's right. I want to go fast. I'm telling you, Talladega Nights, y'all need to check the movie out. Austin Powers, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Good movies, good laughs. If you're having a bad day, check out one of those movies. You'll surely get a chuckle, minimum a chuckle, minimum. I'm telling you, minimum. If you don't get a chuckle, like, we really need to talk. There's something really deeply going on in your life, and I'm concerned about you. I am. If you don't get one chuckle from Talladega Nights or Austin Powers, I'm sorry. We definitely need to get you some help. Ricky Bobby, that's right. Hell yeah, I'm going to let them talk to you like that, Chip, because they're winners. Winners talk to you like that. Grandpa, I'm going to jump on you like a spider monkey. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, that movie is funny as hell. That movie is funny as hell. Especially when they introduced the Formula One Jean-Jacques Piat, like, Formula. You said what? You got peanut butter in the roof of your mouth? I don't know what y'all doing there, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to break my arm. I'm telling you, Talladega Nights is full of so many damn quotable funny moments. You got to watch it. Matter of fact, we're going to have a watch. We're going to have like a watch club in the Wolves Den. I'm assigning the movie Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights, I want at least 5 people to mimic or imitate a line out of Talladega Nights tomorrow in the Zoom call for the after party after Singapore. I want at least 5 people that will imitate a line from Talladega Nights. Like, I'm telling you, I'm being dead serious. 5 people. I know. Let's get back to it. All right. Here we go. Yes, they are going softs. They are going softs. We have Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Sainz, and Norris on softs. Tsunoda and Magnussen are on inters still. Like I said, if you're going to try it, you should probably try it at the top. That way, you use the remainder of the critical time on the best strategy, right? Let's go ahead, right out the gate, try these softs, see what they feel like. If they're not, let's get you back in here. about like 4 minutes till 4 minutes to complete, get you back in here, change out these tires, and put you back on the inners and go lay down a hot lap if you can. This would be crazy, but we know aside from a team having an accident, they're not going to allow Sonoda and fucking Magnussen to stay on inners and come to the top of the damn chart. They're not going to do that. Top teams are going to change out to inners if need be, like as soon as possible. Now, what could happen, you don't want to happen, is if you wreck one of the cars, now we have a yellow flag. There's enough time, should be, to get that car off track if Verstappen is not in first. Like if he's in first, they're just gonna red flag and say, "Oh, qualifying's done." Like I'm not opposed to thinking like that, but there's enough time to get the car cleared. Now you got to get just go in the pit, change out these tires, and get on inners and try to do the best you could do. Let's see how long they stay on these tires, though. I got a question for you. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Do you think they're going to have the balls to stay out there on the softs? Or is somebody going to come? Like, look, Magnussen's up to 2. Magnussen is up to 2 on inners. Not anymore. Verstappen, Perez. We got Charles, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Sainz, Tsunoda, Norris. Magnussen and Hamilton is at the bottom right now, 9. And no more. Hamilton jumps up to 2. He jumps up to 2 on softs. Everybody that is on inners right now is at 7 and 8. What? 7 and 8. Yes. Oh, everybody right now on inners is starting to sink down the grid. So this might be an indication that things might be a little bit better on softs, but how good are they? I don't know, right? If we saw one of these other top drivers on inners, will we be seeing better times from them versus Tsunoda and Magnussen? We'll see. We'll see. Because they're having to slow down and baby the car a lot in these corners. I'm telling you. There is some struggling going on. Like if you're watching it, you can see there's a struggle and a lot of precaution being used in these corners, coming in and out of these corners. So I'm just wondering if a top team, like let's say Hamilton, Max, Charles, or Carlos went on inters, what would we see? Could we see something different? Like, is it worth them to try for at least a couple of laps just to see? I think they have the time to do that. And I think I would at least need to do that just to see if it's still there. I know, like, we've been running on inners, and they're going to compare the time and see. But, yep, Sonoda, look, Sonoda at the top on inners. This is what I'm talking about. And I said it. If Sonoda and them go to the top on inners, is that not something they need to be aware of? Sonoda is at the top on inners, number 1. First time doing qualifying, he's at number 1 on inners mid-while. So this is something they need to pay attention to. If we see K-Mag jump up to a top 3 position on inners, we will start to see teams abandon these soft tires. Unless they see something totally indicting that is saying that the softs are going to come alive, we will see teams start to abandon these soft tires. Hamilton at the top. Hamilton at the top. Hamilton is at the top. Best lap overall. Best in sectors 2. Hey, getting spicy. Getting spicy. But if he was on inners, what would we see? Could we see something better with a little bit more push? I don't know. But, hey, I just know Tsunoda's number 2 on inners. And we know Tsunoda's not the fastest thing out of Charles, out of Verstappen for sure. I question Norris. Perez, I throw Perez in there too. So this is going to be crazy if this finishes this way, which I doubt it, because I'm looking for Max to jump up there and claim that number 1 spot or number 2, because we're accustomed to seeing him do that. But this is getting spicy right here. If the grid goes like this and we see the same racing conditions tomorrow, oh, we in for something. We in for a treat. I might not finish the fucking live because I might be drunk as hell. I might have to bring Sylvia in to finish the live or something. I'm telling you, they are that area right there is not well yet. You're having to you're losing so much time coming in and out of those areas right there. It almost begs to, like, could we do better if we were on inners? Hamilton at the top, Norris, Verstappen 3. Sonoda retreats back to 5th. He's the only person on enters at this point in time, slowly sinking. The track might be drying up just a bit more where these softs are starting to get a little bit more into their realm. Definitely not full completely into their work. Oh, Alpine just almost slid off track. And it looks like he's got something going on right there. Oh, it's just never mind. That ain't shit. They're slipping and sliding. Alonso is slipping and sliding. It is not yellow flag. There we go. And there we go. Yellow flag comes out. Here we go. Now, listen, I want to know if something happens, are we going to just call qualifying right here? Who's going to have an accident? Who's going to have an accident to end qualifying? That's what I'd like to know. Who does it? Or does it not happen because Max is not in first? Hamilton still at the top. Charles right behind him. Alonso 3. Woo! Norris. Now y'all already know Max Verstappen is just sinking back, chilling. We know he's not sinking to the back, and he's trying. He's chilling. He's going to lay down a hot-ass lap to see where he is, and he's going to come up and lay something. And there we go. I do not doubt that Max will crawl his way up or shoot his way up to in the top 3. Max is going to end top 3 here. There we go. Number 2, still behind Hamilton. Still behind Hamilton by almost 3/10, really almost 4/10 of a second behind Hamilton. Right now is Max. 4/10 of a second behind Hamilton's last time reported. Woo! This is getting spicy. It's getting spicy. There we go. It's 4 minutes. Still a lot of time. It's a lot of time when you're talking about drivers like Lewis Hamilton, Max, Carlos, Charles. 4 minutes is a lot of time for a lot of shit to happen. And there we go. Red Bull join up together in 2 and 3, pushing the Ferrari boys to 4 and 5. Hamilton all about as lonely out there representing Mercedes, and right now is on pole position for the moment. He is on pole position for the moment. Let's see. I'm polling the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Here we go. Poll in the chat. Who you got on poll? Who you got for poll? Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. First time we had a chat rating of 18. Big shout out. Record for us. First time we've had a chat rating of 18. Keep it going. Keep it going. By the way, we also broke another record. We are over 70 members. Another record, over 70 members for the channel. Congratulations to you all. The channel and the family is growing. Now let's get back to this spicy ass qualifying. Hamilton still at top. Of course they want a Hamilton versus Verstappen. Now they want to do that shit. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning has embarked on us. They got 2 minutes to change these positions. Here we go. This is getting spicy. Chat rating. A chat rating is basically YouTube grades a live stream. It says how much activity do you have? How are people talking? How are people getting along? What are people doing? And a chat rating, they gave us an 18 thus far. That's been the most that we've had, which means you all are in here and you're participating and you're contributing to the conversation. So congratulations to y'all. It's really more of an accolade for you all than it is for me, that you all are actually talking good talk in the chat and the algorithm recognizes that there's a good conversation going on. Woo! Charles almost bites that wall. So where we go, we got Leclerc, we got Alonso, we got Hamilton in 3rd, Verstappen 4th, Perez 5th, and that's all we care about. Top 5 is all we care about right now. And really, we can say the top 3 is all we care about. We got Charles, Alonso, and Hamilton. Hamilton behind, cock blocking Alonso. Charles is qualifying king. Like, I'm going to give him qualifying king trophy. We just need Charles to take qualifying and Ferrari to take the qualifying shit and take it over to the race. That's what they haven't done. Like, we've seen Ferrari do great at qualifying. They're not doing great in the race. We got less than 2 minutes up on us. Less than 2 minutes. They are pushing. Verstappen is pushing hard. We're going to see what he does. Woo! Let's see what happens. Can Hamilton get another one in before the end to claim that pole position? Can he do it? Even if he doesn't, I have no doubt in my mind that Hamilton will be able to overcome Alonso in the race, given Alonso doesn't be a cock blocker, the cop blocking some he is, and do some foul stuff, all right? If that doesn't happen, Ferrari boys join each other 1 and 2. Ferrari boys are 1 and 2 right now. What we got? Galacticas, let's go. And Galacticas, big shout out to you. You called it. And strategy. Called that strategy. Big shout out to you for that. Let's see what we got. We got Perez 2, Charles 1st, Carlos 3rd, Alonso 4th, Norris 5th, Hamilton sinks to 6th, and Verstappen is 7. This is a little wild. This is very surprising to me for us to see this arrangement. Hamilton jumps up to 3rd, Perez is 2nd, Charles is 1st, and right now it's showing that he is not on track. The session is finished. Charles does not have another opportunity to get in there for another lap. Let's see if anything else changes as the rest of these cars come in from running their hot lap. So right now, Charles is holding pole position. Perez 2nd, Hamilton 3rd. Let's see what happens. Hamilton is pushing around here. He's coming up to the... He's it. That's it. Damn. I mean, that is nothing. That is nothing. He barely misses it. Barely. If this does not happen, Max Verstappen finishes 8th. Oh, he's done. He's done. That's it. Max is 8th on pole position. I don't know, but there was he almost wrecks the car after. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but it was a lot of people talking about Max was just as good as Hamilton in wets, and that ain't proving itself. This is factually shit that's happening right now. Max is not as good as Hamilton on wets. And it ain't even full out raining. Not so much. Proof is this is factual. This is proof. So all that shit that we've been hearing people say, Max is just as good or better than Lewis Hamilton on wets. I don't see it. I don't see it. On a track where supposedly the Red Bull car is, the Red Bull car is supposedly acclimated to every track. This ain't the car, this is the driver. The driver failed to be able, with his skill, to put the car on pole position or even top 3 in intermittent conditions. He's not as good in the wet conditions as Lewis Hamilton. There's your answer for that. So everybody who was boasting that, there's your answer. You got an example right there. He's not. Top 3. Hamilton is in the top 3. Perez is in 2. Charles in 1. So we got a completely mixed top grid right there with Charles claiming pole position, which that's not a surprise for us. But I do like the fact Ferrari, a Red Bull, a Mercedes, that's pretty cool. I do not think Perez can hold Hamilton. And then with Charles being under pressure from Hamilton, I don't know how that turns out, but we do know the RB18 is a rocket ship. But if we're going to see these same conditions tomorrow for race day, I do not have confidence that Max is going to do that well, being how he kind of performed today in qualifying. I just don't see that. Yeah, I don't see it. Somebody give him a tissue. Sylvia, somebody give it to him. Hey, you got to be boss every time. Hey, that's on you, Max. That ain't an RB18. That's on you. Perez put in the number 2. So all those people, all those Max fans that be trying to throw that Russell Lewis, hey, where are you in the chat right now saying Perez is schooling Max Verstappen? Where are you in the chat saying that Sergio is schooling Max? I need to hear y'all keep the same energy. So I need y'all to be talking shit that Perez is schooling Max Verstappen. Meanwhile, in the RB18, Perez puts it in 2, and Max only is able to put it in 8th position. This is your king? That's your king? guess when shit ain't all perfect and lined up, that's what happens. A little bit of adversity, and we see what what takes place right there. We'll see what happens. Definitely tomorrow, if Charles falls flat, if Ferrari falls flat, they definitely will be given the team order for Perez to fall back lower than fifth so Max can claim the championship early. I'm just saying, I want y'all to keep the same energy. I want all the same hate that y'all give when Russell finished ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Give it now that Perez shames Max by putting the RB18 that is not built for him, that is not tailored for him, that is not geared for him on in second position, while Max Verstappen only manages to put it in eighth. Nick DeVries did that shit in a Williams. Keep the same energy. Keep the same energy, okay? That's all I'm saying. Just keep the same energy. I'm telling you, no, yeah, whatever. I don't give a damn. I ain't hearing none of that shit. Why? Even before then, he wasn't doing shit. Even before, if you want to say Max ran out of fuel, hell, he didn't run out of fuel 4 minutes back. He wasn't running out of fucking fuel. And he still wasn't up there like that. I'm just saying, he still wasn't up there like that. It shows that Max is not as good as Lewis Hamilton in wet conditions. But hey, he's still gonna get the championship this year, so I ain't refuting that. I'm just seeing if they, hey, he's still gonna get the championship. So we'll see what happens. I hope Lewis gets pole. Lewis did not get pole, but maybe he might end up being in good position to potentially land himself in the first race win of this season, given what we've seen just now. Big shout out to X-Trax. Big shout out. Thank you, Jay Starship, for taking care of that for me. Thank you, team. So, yeah, I'm so pissed for Lewis. Gutted he missed on pole. I mean, I'm not pissed, I could have swore you was a member at one point in time. I remember you being a member. I'm not pissed about that. It's still top 3. Like, that's an improvement. And I think Singapore is the track for Lewis to get his first win. Many of you think it's going to be Brazil. A lot of you think it's going to be Coda or Japan. I think it's now. If not now, then maybe it will be Coda or Brazil. Maybe. I don't know about Japan, maybe too. But any one of those destinations are likely. My favorite destination for him to get it is this weekend, tomorrow, Sunday, Singapore GP. That's what I'm going for. That is what I'm going for. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is over. We got a mixed top 3. We got Charles, Sergio, Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton's going to be coming up here in a moment to speak his piece, say what he got to say. Max takes the walk back to the garage. I don't want to hear any damn excuses about none of this stuff. But from 3, Lewis definitely can do a pretty good damn job from 3rd on the grid. Listen to those cheers. Listen. So here we go. He almost had the pole position. I like how he says hello to everybody in Singapore. You know what I'm saying? Never forget about the fans. Never forgets about the team back in Bragg. Never forgets about the team in the garage. Every driver has their moments, right? But Lewis Hamilton, by far, one of the most stand-up role model type drivers probably in Formula One history, straight up. But it is what it is. I still am looking forward to see what they're going to do in the offseason. I'm questioning if the W13 reappears under same form, just updated. I'm almost leaning towards that we might see an entire W14 be different than what we're seeing with the W13. But if we don't, they better have a pretty good damn reason for not doing so. Galactica's getting on me shift on Wolfpack show. She was a W. Hey, Galactus, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm with you. But you need to get at Naomi and tell her to get with Wolfpack, because we've already reached out several times to Naomi, trying to get, her piece about as far as her being in the W Series and where she is now. And Naomi is yet to respond. I've even at least talked to Susie Wolf's team, and scheduling didn't work out in the situation, but at least a response. Naomi, no response whatsoever. So, I definitely reach out to guests for y'all. Y'all got to understand, sometimes I'm sending out anywhere between 20, 25 correspondents in a week, looking for us to have different guests on the show. And, you know, a lot of times we'll have guests that might not want to give us the opportunity because I can be a bit different, right? You know, I could be a little rambunctious, I could be a little excited, I could be, you know, something that to them that might seem like a risk because I'm not going to be a yes man. I'm going to ask you the questions I want to ask you, although respectfully, not trying to put you in any type of uncomfortable situations. But yeah, if you want to go somewhere where people are going to give you a whole itinerary of what to ask so you can prepare yourself, I'm not doing that, but I will tell you along the lines of what we will explore, and I want a more natural, organic conversation. To some people, that's a threat, and they really don't feel comfortable with that. And right, I know I'm not hating on the way they feel. Maybe somebody has ambushed them before, but if I tell you I'm not, I keep the integrity that I'm not. So if you can't go based off that, then we don't need to deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? Your word is a strong thing, especially in this industry or making any type of deal. Your word, contracts, agreements are strong things, and it's not something that I take lightly to the point that I would backtrack on something that I'm telling you. So we'll see what happens. Uh, we'll see what goes on. Uh, I think did is he gonna get pole position? So Charles is gonna sign that tire. We're gonna see who's gonna get that tire. But listen, we're gonna be here live tomorrow, post the race. Okay, I'm gonna put the link up. So hit your reminders, set your reminders. The race is a bit earlier tomorrow. We're gonna be in here early. I'm gonna get my French toast made early. I got my blueberries already in the fridge for me to cook them up and reduce them. I'm gonna make all my mixing first thing in the morning, take the picture, post it so you can see the picture of the French toast. I'm gonna eat that French toast, and it's time to take notes, and then it's time to get down here for Finale Lap. I also will post a link for the Zoom after party meet so the Zoom Wolfpack family members can meet there. We can chop it up about the race, chop it up about this financial breach or with Aston Martin and Red Bull, have a little conversation, enjoy being amongst each other, and then y'all enjoy y'all Sunday like any other day. So don't forget to be back here live tomorrow, post the race, all right? I might even go live again today. You never know what might pop off. You know how I do sometimes. I just shoot from the hip pow. So I will see y'all later. Peace and love to everybody. See y'all tomorrow.